about a month and a half since we've done an in-studio one.
Oh, an in-studio one's been a while.
Action.
Yes.
Welcome back to the BackCountry Pa Podcast. You got Cody.
And you got Ethan.
We are in studio after a long deer season. It's still going strong, though. Still going strong.
Yeah, we're not done. Don't worry.
I have till Martin Luther King Day.
Yes. Yeah. Hopefully not. But
yeah. So before we get into it, want to let you guys know, go check out the partners. Go check out some affiliate links. We actually just got a new one as of today on November 26th. Tidewee is back as an affiliate of the program. Yes. Tidewee, Black Ovis, Camo Fire, and I believe Alps is still there. I'm not sure if Alps is still on there or not, but go check them out. There's no discount codes for them, but it kind of, so we don't have to run ads in the podcast,
which is annoying.
Which is really annoying because honestly, when I'm listening to that stuff in the car, I literally skip through it. So that way,
yeah.
When you skip through them, the people who do the podcast don't get any money off that. So you have to actually physically listen to the whole commercial to get money from it.
Yeah.
So when I skip through it, it's because I'm tired of this shit. I don't want to listen to commercials on a podcast. So
yeah. We're
not going to do that for you guys. Just check out the affiliates. That's how we make money off that. Right now, I think on Black Ovis, we got like $10 or 30 cents if people click on it.
Solid.
So someone must have bought something off there.
Yeah, I'd
gave
say.
us $10.
It's like a dough tag.
Yeah, exactly.
For next year.
Like Tidewee, good blinds. I still like the blind, taking that out for my grandfather this weekend as rifles in this weekend.
Mm-hmm. Trail camera. I like the. I still have the trail camera.
I actually had that one soaking. I have that one down here. In really thick cover at a scrape that's right along a main road.
Yeah.
And I have not touched it since I put it there. I believe in May after the season last year I put it in there. I haven't touched it since.
And you have the solar panel on top?
Yep.
Oh, then you're good. I have had the same battery, which I might want to change them just because I don't like corrosion and whatnot.
See,
I've had the same batteries in mine for 2 years now. Two seasons at least.
I don't see. That's one thing I don't know because certain cameras they'll use the solar panel before they use the batteries.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know if that's how these work or not. I know you can run the cameras, which I don't even know if they're the cameras anymore. So they might not even have the cameras anymore.
Yeah.
So
hopefully, if not, sorry, we lied.
But they're good cameras.
They are good though.
Night quality is a little iffy with it. I think the daytime's better.
Daytime's definitely better.
Yeah. Has good range, good videos. I don't like the beeping when you turn it on. But yet again,
noise.
Yeah.
At least you know it's working, though, right?
Yeah, well,
beep.
Yeah, that's one positive thing. I like a camera that I know that it's working, right?
Yes.
But yeah, so go check them out. They have good boots too. I'm using their muck boots. They're pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
I did have a rain suit from them, but I got rid of it because the pants were too tight. I got a medium. Actually, Andrew, because to all the listeners out there, we were working with them last year. We're partners with them. They send you free stuff. We try it out. That's how we got the cameras. That's how we got the blind.
Yep.
So, yeah, we do get free stuff from people, but they sent 2 pairs of the rain suits, and Andrew ordered mediums.
Yeah.
And I was like, well, the medium jacket fit me, but the medium pants were way too tight.
Yeah.
Way too tight. So I tried them on, and I eventually sold them. Trying to think what else. They have waders. Seats, heated seats.
Yeah, just heated clothing in general.
Yeah, a lot of heated stuff.
A lot of boots, rubbers.
Yep.
Rubbers.
Yep.
Wear your rubbers.
Backpacks.
Yep.
Backpacks too. You have a backpack from them, right?
I do have a backpack for them.
Yeah, so go check them out. Black Ovis, obviously. Discounted stuff on there. Camo Fire discounted stuff on there. They run deals for a certain amount of hours. You can go save that. And then also our partners, OnX, Our Grounds Coffee Company, XOP, Forget Genetics, and Scent Thief.
Yes.
Scent Thief is kind of, I don't think we're not really partners with them. So,
but we like their stuff.
It's just something that we like. But yeah, I take a shower with it. My wife does not like when I take a shower with it because it don't smell good.
Yeah, no,
she can't smell me.
No.
So
it does work, I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
When you're upwind from a deer and they don't spook, and you're like, well, something worked.
Yep.
This must be pretty good.
Yep. So on this episode, it's kind of gonna be like BS episode. I know we're going to talk about Saturday versus Monday opener for rifle, because that's a hot topic for everyone.
It's that time of year. Might as well.
That time of year. What's that from? Don't know.
I'm tearing
apart my table. I really want to talk about, because it's always been something on my mind. I forever I've been trying to think of why I like hunting, why I like the scouting, why I like this work, and I finally came up with an answer.
Ooh.
I finally came up with an answer, so I'm going to talk about that a little bit, and then some. What was it? What was the name? What did I freaking put down? I forgot what I put down.
I don't know. You just said topics, podcast topics.
Oh, the scams. Biggest scams
Ooh.
in the hunting industry.
Yes.
In the industry in general. We'll get into it.
Yes.
So we'll get into that.
Hear it all here, folks.
Yep. And the things we've been seeing on social media regarding, like, he wasn't big enough, or like he wasn't the biggest.
Yes.
I've been after. We've heard that on social media, and also in the woods we've heard that as well.
Mm-hmm.
When Ethan and I went to look for my one buck. And then feeding deer inside this season. We're going to talk about that too, because I got into a little argument on Facebook about it. And I was like,
"Oh, you did?"
I did, and then I deleted the comment because I was tired of people saying shit. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to delete the comment.
There you go.
I'm tired of it. So we can start out by first some positive stuff.
Yeah.
All right. So we'll talk about what my reasoning is for hunting now. Finally, it's very hard to come. Like, for some reason, it's so hard for us hunters to put, I guess, the words together to describe why we hunt.
Yeah.
It's like hard to describe it to anyone of like what this feeling we have inside, and after a long hiatus, I'm not on social media as much right now. Come rifle season, as this is being released on Monday, I will have Instagram back on my phone, so I'll be posting stories and stuff like that.
And I missed it.
But the main reason I did that was because I felt like I needed a break from some BS on there, and just from nonsense of scrolling, really. Like, I would just sit there and scroll.
Yeah.
Like, it's like, I don't want to do that anymore. So I think I took a good break, and I kind of retrained my mind to not having to scroll as much. So I think that's good for me as a person, as a father, as a husband type deal.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I needed that. But the reason that I found out that I hunt and why I love to put myself through much shit of scouting and putting all these miles on is because as you get older, you kind of lose, like, you don't want to feel old, right? Like, you don't want to feel old, you don't want to do all this kind of stuff. Like, but what I found is scouting and hunting, and when you just go out there and you just explore, it makes you kind of feel like a kid. Like, honestly, like, there's times where I'm like, man, like, I'm 30, but yet I don't feel like I'm acting 30. You know what I mean? Like, I still feel like a kid at heart.
Yep.
And I think that's like the main drive behind being a hunter, going out there and exploring and doing all that kind of stuff. Even doing this podcast, like, sometimes I'm like, man, I'm 30. Like, should I be doing this? Like, this seems like something a kid should be doing.
Yeah.
And I mean, in reality, like, probably is true. Like, a kid should be doing a podcast, not a fucking grown adult. Right?
I'm a man.
Right? Like, that's,
what are we doing?
Yeah, like, but it's like, it makes you feel not warm and fuzzy, but it makes you feel like young at heart. And I think that's a big thing. Like, you don't want to feel old. You don't want to.
No,
like,
you don't.
I mean, there's times when you do.
Oh, 100%. There's days. I remember, this past hunting season, that one day I walked 5-6 miles round trip. It was like Monday or Tuesday, our week of our rutcation. You want to talk about feeling like an old man? Holy, I was done. I was like, this sucks.
Yeah.
And then I was like, well, I'm going back out and doing it again.
Yeah.
I'm fine. Like, it just, it's one of those things. You're just like, no matter how much of a physical toll it takes on you, mentally, for the most part, you're crystal clear.
Yep.
Like, you just feel fine.
Yeah.
Like, this is what I want to do. Like, I enjoy this on a mental side of things. Physically, maybe not. Maybe if you're a little crazy, I don't know. But physically, not. I mean, I had to make sure I took my Advil PM that night.
Yeah.
Got some good sleep, and then was right back at it the next day. I don't know. It's hard to explain, because I was talking with my wife about it. Because, like, when you sent me the topics and stuff that we're going to talk about, I showed her, because I like to get a non-hunter's point of view sometimes. So I showed her, and she gave me her opinion on some of the things, which I'll probably share some with you tonight, because they're kind of hilarious.
Yeah.
But like, she's not used to hunting. Like, she had hunters, like her dad, her uncle, her cousins, they all hunted. She just never did. Right. And then now she's with me, and now she sees more of it. And she's like, what the hell?
Yeah.
Because she's seen me. Well, I mean, we've been together for 7.5 years total. So she has seen the failures, the lack of success, if you will, when it comes to harvesting something.
Right. Yep.
She's seen the mental side of things and how I am, and then she's seen the ups.
Right.
So she's like, I understand it, but what the hell? At the same time.
Yeah. No, I mean, it's kind of like, because we always search for like an explanation, because like our wives, for one, is like, why do you like this? And it's like, my thing that I've been telling my wife is like, it's something deep down that I can't explain. But now it's like, I found this where it's like, okay, this can put more of a reason behind it, right? Like makes me feel young, makes me, just get excited. Like, there's so much in this world that takes away from your excitement or makes you feel old, because you got to work, you got to do this, you got to take care of your family, you got to pay the bills, but like, to have a split, like not even a second, but like a part of the year that makes you feel like a kid at heart, is something that we all should strive for, right?
Oh yeah.
Because if you go through your life just working without anything that you're really passionate about, or your escape from reality, I mean, what's the point of living at that point? Like, really? Like, it's like, you don't work, you don't live to work.
Yeah, no. That's why I use all of my vacation days and all of my personal days for, I mean, not just hunting, but other things. Well, I'm like, I'm taking full, you give me the days, well, guess what? I'm using them.
Absolutely. That goes for me, for like, I get personal time, annual time, and then sick days. And I get a lot more sick days than I do personal time. And it's like, my boss, I probably shouldn't say it, like, but he knows that I use my sick time for hunting.
Well, that's what they're for.
Right. I'll use my annual time when I know I should probably take off in advance. Like, if he knows I'm taking off, all that kind of stuff. Like, I'll do that. But like, sick time is like, I don't get sick that often, and like, I work from home and I'm driving on a daily basis. So like, I can work in my car if I'm sick. Like, I can work at home if I'm sick. Like, like it's, but like, to have, I really would love everyone to like just have a passion, not just for hunting. Like, if you're listening to this, like, for some reason, and you just like stumbled upon this and you're not a hunter, like, find what's you're passionate about. Like, you have to have that passion. You got to make yourself feel young, because I think in the end, you live longer at that point when you have that passion. You know, like, you don't have to go out and be like this marathon runner, or be, the next David Goggins, or, whatever, whoever the hell is out there, like, that motivates you. Like, you don't have to be that, but like, and I'm not trying to motivate anyone here to do something, but like, I found that that's the reason, because it makes me feel young, makes me happy. And I think those are the main things. Like, if it makes you happy, then F anyone who tells you anything differently. Like, if it's, someone brings you down, like, F them. They don't control your life. Yeah. Delete them, block them, move on. Like, whatever you got to do,
Good old block on Facebook.
Yep.
And you're good to go.
On Instagram, yep. Out of your life forever.
Lose my number.
Yep. And I think that's huge, because like, people get so strung up on, oh man, if I unfriend this person, like, they're going to know I don't like them. Like, you don't like them.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it.
Oh well.
But like, that's the downfall with social media, is like, you make these quote unquote enemies, right? You make enemies with people you really don't even know.
Yeah.
But they're just like, I noticed that a lot. And we'll get into this now, too, about the feeding deer now. This transition right into this. Because with social media comes a lot of drama, right? And I found, from these 3 weeks of not having, some weeks of not having social media, I can realize now that, oh my gosh, there's so much drama that comes in your life for unwarranted, really. And it's like, someone will post something like a picture, like it was during, it was like, when was that? Well, it doesn't matter. It was during, right in the last day of archery season. So it was the Friday. And someone posted a picture in their backyard of corn being laid out and a buck and a few doe eating it in their backyard.
Mm-hmm.
And I commented on it saying, well, this is illegal. It was on a PA hunting page. And I was like, well, this is illegal.
Yeah.
And people saw, right away, you'll get good response and be like, absolutely it is. Like all that kind of stuff. One, the guy was like, oh, I can't wait for rifle season, all that kind of stuff. Because I didn't tag my buck yet this season. I was like,
yeah, that sends a horrible message right there.
Exactly. So, and then they go on, and other people comment saying, you're an idiot, you don't know the law, all that kind of stuff. And I was like, well, even if you're in 5C, if you're in the area, well, not 5C, but if you're in the areas where you can bait, it has to be done with an electric feeder. And it has to only run during daytime. It cannot be at night.
Yeah.
And this guy just has it laying out in piles. So it's like
it was hand put there.
That's like it gets in your head, and that was like, man, why am I partaking in this? Like, why am I like partaking in like the arguments on social media with these people that I don't even fucking know?
Yeah, because at that point you're just kind of dumbing down to their level,
right? And it's like, I know the law, I know what you can and can't do, and then people come on like, you should read your book. It's like,
well, guess what? I did, and you're wrong.
And like, people can't even ask a simple question on social media, like on the game, any PA hunting page, like, hey, what's just any question, without someone saying, read your book. Why can't you just say the answer? It's saying read the book. If you know the answer, if you're saying read your book, you clearly know the answer.
Yeah, or you don't know.
Or you don't. Maybe you should read the book too.
Yeah, you read the book because clearly maybe you don't know it.
But I mean, it's just like But that goes back to the feeding. Like, you cannot feed. Yes, that is. And even if it wasn't his backyard, if he's not hunting that, it's still illegal. You cannot feed the deer or any animal during the season. I mean, even outside the season, it's really a gray area, really, because of CWD, because all this stuff. So it's really a gray area now.
Yeah. Yeah, really.
But that's the feeding stuff. So that's that. All right. So you can't feed deer during the season. Even if you're a non-hunter, you cannot feed deer. Probably should not be feeding elk either.
Oh, that's 100% no. That's a zero. That's a illegal year round.
Yeah.
Game Commission says so.
Yes.
Don't need to read your book for that one.
Nope.
They already said it.
Nope. Yep.
On social media.
Yep.
Yeah, it's actually filming this time, so I can look at the camera and actually get my point across.
Yeah. Yes. But yeah, so that is kind of like the main things I want to start out with, obviously.
Mm-hmm.
But anything you want to add to those two topics there, Ethan?
Not really. I mean, it's just pretty cut and dry. Mm-hmm. Really, just don't do it. Mm-hmm. Simple. Like, come on.
Yep.
If you want to feed the animals, plant trees.
Yeah.
Apple trees, chestnut, acorn, hazelnut, some fruit, another fruit tree. I don't know what other fruit trees you
Pears.
Pears.
I don't even know if deer eat pears, to be honest.
I don't know.
I would imagine they would.
Pawpaw.
Persimmon. I know they do that.
Persimmon trees. I know they can grow. I don't know how well they do up north, but they grow down in southern. And I know Maryland's, I think, pretty big with them.
Yes. Yep.
So, like, plant trees. Plant a food plot where they can graze.
Yep. Graze.
Which is what they are. They're grazers. They're like cows. Right? Do that stuff. And then you can have it year round. and they can come naturally. And they can eat naturally, not or if you are going to put food out, right, outside of season, because I do on our property outside of season and then stop 30 days prior, as the law says. I don't put it in piles.
No.
It gets spread. So they have to walk like they're grazing on the ground for this stuff. Do it. Just be smart. That's really it. Like that's just common sense.
I feel like a lot of people in this world don't have common sense.
Clearly not.
Right?
Or they don't think of. They think they're doing good. But it's like
I'm feeding them.
Yes, they think they're doing good, and they're like, all right, like your heart is in the right place. But I need you to use your mind right now. Use your mind, do it right, and then where your heart is, it would be fine.
Well, here's another thing. Like, people put out corn. Just throw out corn.
Yeah.
Corn is not digestible.
It's not even like nutrient anything. Like, it doesn't even do anything for us.
Right. So, like, when we shit and we eat corn, it comes out full.
Corn, which still, well, first off, how the hell does it do that? Because I'm like, I chewed every single piece.
How to get back together.
How to get back together.
Right. I don't know. I don't get that.
Science. Tell me. Explain. I don't get it.
But, like, and also, we have learned that corn by itself makes deer more thirsty. So therefore they go to water, which can therefore, like, if you're in a drought, like, say, Ohio, because Ohio, you can bait on private property.
Right.
So, therefore, if you're laying out just plain corn, and then you have water, and you're in a drought, they can get EHD.
Oh, yeah.
From that water. CWD. If they're drooling in a pile of corn, because saliva is how this is CWD is transferred around to deer. The other deer coming up to this pile will therefore eat their saliva. And if that deer that was drooling in that has CWD, that now transferred everything to this deer, which then goes down the line, so on and so on and so on. So like you said, spread it out. You know?
Yeah, they're grazers. They're not.
They will find a piece of corn laying around. Like, they will find it.
Oh, 100%. And if they can't, just dig it up.
Yep.
They'll just do it.
They will find it. Like, I think that's, don't just lay up. And I have to tell my parents that. Like, with their camp, it's like, just don't put piles out. Just spread it around.
Yeah.
Just grab, like, take a cup of corn, just spread it. Or even
eat it.
You know what's even better? Put it in one of those seed spreaders.
And just open up the barrel the whole way and just
spread out. Boom.
Problem solved.
Exactly.
And they will just come and graze and wander around, and then you get to see them walking around, not just standing there, just chewing like a cow.
Spot. Yep. And I don't really, like, I don't have property to do that. So, like, obviously I'm going to look at people and be like, okay, you probably shouldn't do that. But yet, in reality, you can do that outside the season on a certain property. Yep. As long as you're not in a DMAP area.
Right.
DMAP areas, it's a lot more gray in that time frame.
100%. Because then you get bird feeders, and then they eat the bird feeders. Right. But you want to do it for the birds, but then they say put them up like 600 feet in a tree, and it's just that.
And we can also see the perspective, because I've been trying to do that, put myself in the other person's shoes, right?
Right.
So, like, put myself in a non-hunter's point of view. Their mindset is, okay, I'm feeding the deer, I'm making them healthy, I'm helping them through this hard winter, right? Especially when you're up north. Like, if you have prior property, you put corn out, you put whatever out to feed them because you want to help them survive through winter. I get it. But you got to really pay attention to the real science behind all that stuff. Right. So, like, I just want any non-hunter or person who owns property that doesn't hunt deer, maybe they hunt, I don't know, whatever else, or they just fish. Do a little more research before you just put a pile of corn out, put a pile of food out during winter, especially during the season too. Could get you in some trouble.
Some big trouble.
Even if you don't hunt. Could get you in trouble.
Could have fine.
Yep. Could have fine. No one likes fines.
No.
So, now we're going to talk about the biggest scams in hunting. Or do you want to talk about the buck stuff first? Which one do you want to talk about first?
Ooh, the buck stuff?
Buck stuff? Like he wasn't big enough, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that a lot, man.
Really?
Like it's like all the time that people are like, he wasn't the biggest one. But I'm happy with him. It's like, no, there should be no, he wasn't the biggest. But there shouldn't be any but. Like if you release an arrow, fire a bullet at any animal, it's because you wanted to harvest them and you had a split second of like, I want to take this deer.
Yep.
You know, like if you have that, you should just be like, decide to shoot this deer, or not even post it. Like if you really care that much what other people think, like don't post it then.
Yeah, just don't put it at all.
Just don't post it. Like
share on your phone to family, friends, and coworkers if you want, and then leave it at that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I've been seeing a lot of that, and it's like, man, like why? If you picked up the bow, like I don't understand why it's like, well, he wasn't the biggest, but I'm happy with him. Like it should just be I'm happy with him.
Yeah,
like
that's pretty simple.
Yeah, I don't know. It's there's a lot of that going on. It just
make it just tell a story about him.
Yeah, just tell a story.
Hey,
like there's really
how did he walk in, or how did he run in? Where like how were you set up?
Yep.
Like how did the whole story unfold? Just put
just list it out.
Put a little paragraph.
I actually read one of that, and it was really good. Like he walked through the whole steps of getting this deer, and there was he wasn't the biggest, or the butt. Like he was just like he laid it all out there, and he was like, I was happy with this harvest. I was like, that's one I actually like because it was long.
Yeah.
Like for people with short attention spans, people couldn't read it, but like when you're actually like reading it, it's like, okay, this is nice. Like this is what you want to see. And I think that should be, I don't know, portrayed more in the hunting industry or just in people's lives in general.
Type a paragraph.
Yeah, type paragraph.
Of the story.
People who care will read it.
Yeah.
But a lot of people, they know this picture, like it, move on.
Yeah, they don't okay.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna read that.
Yeah.
You're fine.
Or just comment congrats and move on. But yeah, so I mean that's one thing that that's kind of it's always gonna be a thing.
100%.
It's always gonna be a thing. You're never gonna get rid of that. It's always gonna be a thing. It's just something that if we can reach one person to stop doing it, it's good in my books. What was some of the stuff I sent? Do you remember?
My phone's over there.
All right, so what we can do now, some big scams that I think are in the industry that I've been thinking about this season.
Mm-hmm.
So the big one, bows.
Oh.
How you have a new bow every year.
Oh, yeah. Wasn't there a new one? I just keep seeing posting on
Matthews
Instagram.
or Hoyt or something like that. I don't really follow it, but like, yeah, I think it was like a new bow comes out every year. It's like it's just a new look.
How much is it? Do you know?
God, probably like 15, 2,000.
Yeah,
it's
because I got the was it the Black Friday deal or the Christmas deal for the for Bass Pro, the magazine? Is that one? Yeah, Black Friday.
Let's go through here. Let's.
Can you go to the crossbows alone?
Oh yeah, dude, the crossbows.
Go to the crossbows. And I'm looking at some of them like, okay, between what? $200 to $400, right?
This might be it.
Which is average price, if you will. There's a crossbow in here. That one.
That one? The
that
Raven?
One. Excuse me, sir. $2,300.
Yeah.
You can respectfully kiss my ass.
You can shove it.
No, thank you.
That. Yeah.
Who in their right mind? And why would you have that? When I can just scroll down here and find one for $500.
Yep.
Or I know there's other ones where you can get them for like $200 or $300.
Yep.
And I guarantee you, they work fine.
Well, I mean, like my crossbow that I bought that your dad now has.
Yeah.
I bought that for $199.99 from Kinsey's back in 2019 or 18.
Yeah.
And like it shot 3 deer with it, and there was nothing wrong with it. But like, yeah, I mean, so
you're paying. Honestly, you're paying for the name.
You're paying, yeah, 100%. And I feel like this episode is going to be complaining about things in the industry.
Who's going to be complaining? Gosh, here we are trying to be positive people, and here we are.
But
complaining.
I think because I've been seeing it a lot. Like you have people like, oh, I'm shooting this, this Evo bow, or I'm shooting this Matthews Prime or Hoyt, whatever.
Yeah,
and it's like. best shooting bow on the market. I'm like, shut the fuck up. The
They're
best shooting bow is the one who can hold it and shoot it.
Yep.
And hit the target. Like, it's like it's such a nice bow. It shoots so nice. Like,
Yeah, they're all good if you
PSC.
got the right person behind it.
If you have it dialed in, like my bow is good because I can hit the target, and I can actually pull it back, and it's not going to break the bank.
Yeah.
You know, like it's what I wanted to pay, and it works for me. It's not, and the whole, you know, the feet per second and all that kind of stuff. It's like it doesn't really matter. Like it matters to a degree, but in reality, a deer's going to duck it one way or another, whether you hit a twig or if you don't. Like when you're inside of 20 yards on a deer, if you're 20 yards or in, that deer's not going to duck that string.
No.
If you're 30, that's when the deer will duck it because it has that little bit of time to get the sound to it before the arrow gets there. With a crossbow, you don't have to worry about that.
They don't even know what hit them.
Right. You hit him before he goes down. But like I've been seeing that a lot where it's like, I wish that would completely change in the hunting industry. I wish the hunting industry would go back to sex sells.
It was so much simpler times.
It was so much easier. Like that chick had big tits.
I'm going to go buy things now.
But like it doesn't. But the thing is, with sex sells, you didn't like go over and be like, oh my gosh, this person, like this chick I look up to because she has big tits or big ass or she's wearing a bikini, and it's like, I'm gonna buy it now. No, it got you over there to look at it, and then you hear from the salesman of what you're actually looking at, and then you made up your mind yourself. Mm-hmm. But now you have like the Levi Morgans, the Chris B's, the tethered guys. You have working class bow hunters. You have Bo Martonic. You have Jake Belinda. You have
saw that.
all these. You have like all these people like pushing bows and pushing like all this other stuff. Be like, oh, this person kills this many deer a year.
Yeah.
So that means I will kill this many deer a year. Or they wear this camo. I'm going to wear this camo because it's going to make me a better hunter.
Yeah.
It's not.
No.
Like
show some more skin, fellas.
Yeah.
Sex sells.
The people that I named off right there, their full-time job is hunting. Like they have no other obligations in life other than that. Like so they can go out hunt all the time. They have all the time in the world to hunt.
Yeah.
They don't have to worry about, like, of course they better be putting down big deer because they have 3, 4, 5 months to hunt.
Yeah.
Straight to hunt. Like they go out if I could go, I guarantee you this. If I went out, if I was paid by a hunting brand, full-time job, and I had everything taken care of, where, you know, my daughter would get daycare, I'd be able to take her to daycare, then go out in the woods, my parents would pick her up, whatever. If I had that, no responsibilities, just going out in the woods, filming, posting on social media, doing that kind of stuff, I would hope to God I would get a deer, at least one deer down too.
Every year.
Or like when you have people who, you have like those people, if you have friends that have property, that have cell cams that say, oh, these deer are really moving. This deer keeps coming by this camera at the same time. And then like, hey, you should come out here and hunt this deer.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have private property where there's no public pressure, like how does that? It's so unrelatable now.
Yeah,
like it's so unrelatable. Like before, like it was unrelatable because you watch people on like Mossy Oak or Primos or whatever, like hunting private farms. But now you have people who are actually hunting public, but not hunting public the way everyone else hunts public. They're hunting every single day they are able to. So like they hunt Monday through Saturday for 4 months.
Yeah.
Sometimes Sunday, depending on what state they're in.
Yeah,
right?
It depends on the state.
But like that's not relatable to the average guy.
No.
Like I'm not saying follow me because I didn't get a deer down yet this year.
Yeah.
Like don't, but like Ethan,
that's me.
You got 2 deer down this year, and you have a full-time job. You don't work in the industry, but you got 2 deer down, 2 good deer down.
And I've hunted, let's see, how many sits did I have? Opening day for archery. 3 days for the rut hunt. And 3 days? 2 days. 2 days? In Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah. So you have
7 sits.
7?
6.
I was going to say
math.
6.
Oh, dear Lord.
You can't math?
I can't math. 6 sits.
Yeah.
And we're 2 full months.
Yep.
So there's what? 6 days a week times, let's just say 8 weeks. That's 48 days. I hunted 6
out of 48.
of them. Harvested 2.
So what's your percentage of success on that?
33%. 6 sits, 2 deer. 2 out of the 6. Which is 1/3.
Pretty much, yeah.
Yeah, so 33 repeating percent.
Wow, that's
Which I'm doing pretty good in baseball.
No,
average.
yeah, you're hitting good. But like for me, like I even talked to my wife about it because like last year, like I said before on a podcast, I was like I sat a lot last year. Like I took off stupid times, went out stupid times just to sit pretty much.
Yeah,
because I was in the mindset of like the more sits you have, the more professional you look.
Yeah,
and that's not the case. Like I went out. I counted it because I filmed every day.
Okay.
8 days I sat.
Is that eight sits?
8 sits, not counting the rut camp or Ohio. So just 8 sits.
Okay, yeah.
8 sits. And like before the buck, I was very confident. I was like, man, I felt good.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I mean, I think you know, obviously like some of those guys have good, you know, they work their ass off to get where they are.
Yeah.
For sure. But you lose the connection to the average hunter when you hunt to live.
Yeah.
So like if you're working in the hunting industry and that what pays your bills, you're hunting to live at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Like you're not hunting because you have this love. Like I'm not saying these guys don't love it. But I'm just saying, like, you don't have this, like, oh, you have this break from the season to miss it because you're working in it nonstop.
Yeah,
that's why I'm glad that I didn't get the job with Kinsey's because I feel like I would have lost the love for hunting in general.
Yeah,
like, I just felt like it would have been around it's too readily available. It's like, why would I want to just have something that's not readily available?
That's why I like stopping.
Yeah.
And switching my mindset to fishing come spring or throughout the summer and then eventually get back into it. You know, even after like rifle season's done, even if I didn't fill a tag, even at rifle season, I'm like, okay, I'm done.
Yeah.
Like I'm just,
Yeah, when it's too cold, which actually, when this comes out, I mean, it's going to be Monday, the old opener.
The old
opener.
Yes.
But it's going to be like 20 degrees.
Oh, I looked at the weather. All right, so I looked at the weather for up north.
And you're like, man, why am I going out?
Part of it, yes. Because like, dude, I got 2 freaking tags filled. Mm-hmm. Why the hell? I'm like, oh, I have a doe tag. All right, I'm going out.
You took a whole week off.
And I took a week off. I'm not going to stay the whole week.
Yeah.
Because I took a week off last year, too.
Yeah.
And I didn't. We came home at like Tuesday, I think.
Yeah.
We came home. Of course, the day it snowed, we came home.
Right.
Figures.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I was like, are you freaking kidding me? I was so pissed.
But,
no, I was like, I just wasn't worried. Like, I'm not too worried about it.
Yeah.
You know, kind of do. Because even Kira was like, she goes, how's it feel to have a tag?
Be quote unquote tagged out.
Tagged out, yeah.
Right.
And I was like, well, it feels pretty good, to be honest.
Yeah.
I'm not stressed. Like, if I don't get anything this weekend, oh well. I'm not, like, I don't care. Mm-hmm. I still want to go. I still want to fill a tag. Because I know when, like, if I shoot a doe, it's getting donated. 100%.
Yeah, because your freezer's full.
My figure, it's too full.
Because you're the only one that eats it, so your freezer's full.
Yes. I made, fun story, I made lasagna.
I saw that.
Which, delicious. Deer lasagna, right?
So I might, continue. I have a question about that.
Okay. But then my wife was like, well, I want lasagna too. It's not like she doesn't like deer meat, but it's red meat, and she can't really have it, right? So I made her a separate, smaller pan, which she wanted a smaller one, turkey, right? She can have turkey. Cool.
Like turkey burger or like turkey, like shredded turkey?
Burger. Turkey.
Okay.
Yeah, ground turkey.
Okay. Good.
So made those two. So obviously I'm taking that to work every night. Yep. And then she's taking that for lunch every once in a while. Mm-hmm. Well, we put them in 2 separate containers, put them in the fridge. Why I did this, I don't know. She already cut up my apple with peanut butter for the night when I was sleeping. Yeah. So I grabbed that, not thinking. Mine was like on top of the apples. Yeah. Why I took it, why I didn't take it, I don't know. Yeah. I grabbed the other one, took it, ate it. Yeah. No problem.
Oh my gosh.
I get a text message later that day because I'm still awake because it was one of the days I stay up. Mm-hmm. She goes, "Did you take the turkey lasagna last night?" I was like, I don't know. She goes, "I think I have the deer." She goes, "I'll send you a picture." So she sends me a picture. I look at it and I was like, ooh. I was like, yeah. I said, "You have the deer one." I said, "Just eat it. It's fine." Yeah. She goes, "No." She goes, "What if I get sick or I don't feel good?" Whatever. Yeah. I was like, damn it. So she ate like everything else but
the meat.
But she ended up going to like Taco Bell.
Yeah.
For lunch. She got like a chicken taco or something. I was like,
so might as well just had red meat at that moment if you go
seriously.
Taco Bell.
But she wasn't happy with me that day. She goes, "You ate my lasagna."
Oh my gosh.
I was like, oh my God.
Damn. What? So was your lasagna, was it ground burger or like did you just cut up into small pieces and put it in there? Or like
I took so like all the like there's probably a better way to do this. I don't know. I just go for just convenience, I guess, at this point. Mm-hmm. So like when I took the deer home, actually I don't remember which deer was. Ohio or PA. Don't matter. They're all this year. Right. So I just grabbed a pack, unfroze it. It was in just chunks of meat essentially. Yeah. So then once it thawed out a little bit, cut off any of the excess fat or silver skin or whatever's on there, and then cubed it, and then ran it through the grinder. Okay. And I just used like the sausage case because it's a big hole. Just to start, because then if I wanted to run it through smaller stuff, I could do that later. Yep. But it came out and looking, I was like, well, this looks fine. Yeah. So I ground it up through that and then just cooked it and then.
I didn't know you had a grinder. That's why I was like.
Yeah. Well, she has one of those KitchenAid things.
That's what
and then I have the attachment.
Yep, I got too.
I think she got that for me last.
It works.
It was last year. Oh, it works great.
It works, but I'm probably gonna get a big grinder. Mm-hmm. Even if I don't get a deer this year, I'm still gonna get a big grinder just because it makes things. I'm going to grind it up before. Like, as I'm cutting the deer up, I'm literally going to grind it up as I go. Yeah. It just makes things a lot easier than grinding it up, getting out a bag and then grinding it up and doing it in the kitchen and cleaning it up. And rather just do it all at once and then get it done with. Like, honestly.
It's a hack because I have the cooler in the kitchen. Yep. I mean, you know how my kitchen's set up. Yep. So I have the cooler sitting right there. I got a cutting board on the thing. I have a whole leg of a deer on the cutting board.
On the table.
On the table. I'm cutting up the meat, and she goes, "I cannot wait till you're done." Yeah. I was like, "It'll be done today. Don't worry." Yeah. Have it all vacuum sealed. That's one thing I do. Get a better vacuum sealer. Yes. Because it's like I have a cheap one I had at Walmart probably 3 years ago now. It works fine. Right. But I could definitely use an upgraded version of that because it's like,
hey, Christmas coming right around the corner, right?
Oh yes.
And then Jess, my wife was also like, "What? You should probably weigh it out better next time." Like I just eyeball it. I'm like, "Oh, this looks about like a pound."
Oh yeah,
2 pounds.
I don't even do that.
I'm like, yeah, that looks about it, right?
Yeah, that's fair.
So then she like takes out. She's like, "Oh my gosh, there's so much meat." I'm like. Yeah, I'm gonna weigh it next time.
Yep. Do you use the quart size, gallon size? Yep. Quart.
Okay. The gallon bags.
Oh, use the gallon. See, I see. This is why I want a better vacuum sealer because I can only use quart size.
Oh,
like that length.
Yep.
I can and I hate. If anyone ever gets this for me as a gift, the bags, pre-cut ones, please.
Yeah.
Not the rolls where you have to.
I think your cell cam's going off.
Probably is. Who knows? Hey, there's this. Hey, do you want to go up and shoot? I got property cell cam on.
Yeah. Can I set the? Yeah.
Go right ahead. Yeah, there's some. Oh no, nothing's in right now.
Nope.
Today was the last day for Bear.
Yep.
It's dark, so we can't.
Yeah.
We'll go night hunting for bear. Oh my God, that'd be scary. I'm not gonna lie.
Oh, I just thought of another thing. Continue what you're saying.
Oh yes, but yeah, no, like the pre-cut ones. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the only way to go. But I even told her, I was like, dude, I want to keep eating more deer because clearly, like, my goal is to have that freezer empty
by next
season. I want it empty, and I got 2 deer in there.
Yep, you got some work to do, son.
Plus a couple squirrels, 2 grouse. I think I still have some fish.
Yeah,
I'll do the fish first, and then they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
But I want all that gone. I have 4 squirrels, and that's it. I am slacking.
You are slacking.
That kind of hurts.
Is there
maybe
I will. Is there late season squirrels too?
Oh, runs through February.
Yep, there you go, man.
I think, I guess I'm running late season.
So we're done with. We did the big buck stuff. We did the. We have some more. Scams, hunting scams.
Okay.
That I thought of. The one is camo. There's lots of camo companies out there now.
Mm-hmm.
You don't need expensive camo. Like, I think that's one thing, like, all these hunters getting into hunting, right?
Mm-hmm.
Or, like, even the young generation getting in, like, and then they just download social media and they conceal, like, or they watch hunting videos because their dad or mom or whatever watching them.
Right.
Like, oh, this person's wearing this brand. Once again, they feel like they need to get that because it's the quote-unquote best brand.
Yeah.
Like, there's lots of brands out there that I think are just way overpriced. Like, so much. Like, I mean, I could probably pull it up, actually, in the magazine. Osseo is one that's way overpriced. Like, I feel like they just, sure, it looks cool probably as warm, but then also you can get other stuff to stay warm in the woods. You don't have to buy $200 jacket to stay warm in the woods. Like, you can have, you have old stuff that you can stay warm in the woods with.
Oh, my rifle jacket, I've had that since high school.
Yeah, exactly.
I still have it.
I wish I still had mine from high school.
Which I'm not gonna lie, I'm kind of impressed that it
lasted that long.
Yeah, then it fits still.
Yeah,
seriously, I'm not the same size that I was in high school. Not even close.
I don't think Cabela's has too much like Sitka stuff, but Sitka is one, like 25% off Sitka. Like, Sitka is one that definitely you don't necessarily need to buy.
They don't even have a price on there.
No, they don't. I don't even know where Sitka is in here. I don't think they have a savings on it. But like, you don't like Redhead is like a fine brand that you could buy.
I have a couple things of theirs.
Yeah, I have. I know you have the backpack too from Redhead.
Yeah, I always use that backpack.
But like, I have like we used to work with Habit, but I was wearing Habit before even working with them.
Mm-hmm.
And like, the reason I still buy their stuff, even though we don't work with them anymore, is because it's affordable stuff and it's also warm too. Like, it might not last as long, but yet it's still warm and it's cheap. Like, on the cheaper side, we can still buy more of it if you need to, and not going to break the bank. Like, I feel like you don't need to buy fancy stuff to go hunting. And I feel like I'm finally being able to wrap my mind around it. Like, just because someone else is using it doesn't mean like it's going to get you a deer. Like, even with scent stuff, like, if you don't want to buy Scent Thief, you don't have to. Like, you don't have to buy that. You don't have to buy any scent, cover scent. Just play the wind and the thermals, and you will be good.
Yeah, because there's people out there that just, they go buy it.
The big thing back in, like, the old days that I remember everyone always talking about was, like, smoke. Like, literally, like, they would cover their clothes with fire smoke.
Yeah.
And, like, it would kind of, like, it would cover your scent because it would smell like smoke instead of you, like a human.
Yep.
And I'm like, man, I kind of want to do that this rifle season.
Just
like, I want to
smoke out your stuff just to see
my outer layer. Just keep outside by the fire. Put it over the, like, not really close, but like keep it there. Maybe it could cover the scent smoke on it because, like, I mean, think about our ancestors. Like, they always were plaid and denim out there. Like,
we would do that. Well, even for rifle season, like me and my dad, we would put our pants and our jackets and stuff. They're just sitting out on the chairs out on the front porch.
Yep.
And then when we're ready to go, and it's cold when you put it on.
Yeah, but that's why you have warm base layers on.
Yeah, but then it warms up pretty quick.
Yep.
But we would just leave it outside all night.
Yep. Yeah, I think, it's just one of those things that, like, you don't, when you're just getting into this, you don't have to buy most expensive. Go to Cabela's, buy the Redhead, buy cheaper stuff that you can afford. Like, buy Walmart stuff. Walmart has good camo too. I remember when I was first getting into it, like, it was always Walmart stuff. I would go there, I'd buy the pants, at that time when I was buying from Walmart, it was Habit at Walmart.
Yeah.
So like it was habit stuff at Walmart, and that's what I did. And now it's treason and true timber stuff at Walmart.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's still good stuff. It's just, I don't know. It just blows my mind how much money people just throw at companies just because they see a quote unquote famous person wearing it. Like, there's famous people now in the hunting industry that are the faces of so many companies, of like Tethered, Trophy Line, Cruiser, even like those big name brands. Like, I don't really see it for XOP too much. Like, you don't see XOP running ads. Not that I can Elevate. I don't see them. Lone Wolf is just Lone Wolf. So you don't really see that too much anymore. But like this big saddle company is like those three that I mentioned. They have big names pushing their stuff, which means they see bigger people using it. That means it's going to draw more people who follow their channel to only buy that because they're leeches to those people, and all that kind of stuff. But like the one company that I give props to, and we're not partnered with them, we don't work with them at all, is Latitude, because like Latitude, they're just them. Like, it's literally just the owners you see. Like, you don't see really anyone else. You just see the owners and people who work for them.
Yeah.
You don't see like partners or other people pushing them. Put it that way. It's pretty cool to see that. Yeah. So like, don't overspend on things. Trail cameras, buy Tascos, buy Wild Games.
They work fine.
They work fine. To an extent, I will say, because the one kind of get weird now. But that's, and cover sense, like I said, even when you like doing mock scrapes, you don't really have to put anything in the mock scrapes.
Yeah.
Just pee in it.
That's all I ever do.
Just pee in it.
I mean, I'm for whatever in my mock scrape. I mean, and then it's location.
Right.
Location, right?
Yep.
Now, I mean, and timing.
Yes.
Because I made one thinking, okay, why not? Right? And where that area, like, I had the camera placed there and everything. I was thinking, okay, there was a buck here. There's a trail that the buck travel. There's a rub, fresh as can be. There's another scrape, 150, and I haven't gone down since I found it. Before, opening day of archery.
Okay.
Haven't been down there.
Yeah.
So I don't know if it's still there.
Yeah.
Or if they used it. But I made a mock scrape, and all I did was scrape out the dirt.
Yep.
Peed in it, set a camera over it. Nothing. You wouldn't even know I made one there at this point, honestly. It's just gone. Right? But I didn't get deer on the camera until 2 weeks later.
Yes.
Rolling through. And then during the rut, rolling through. So I was like, maybe bad location. So I'll be honest, like, I know people preach scrapes, right? Either you doctor them up, do this, do that, whatever you do. Now, I don't even here's a fresh one, here's a sign. There's a deer in this area, let's go sit somewhere, right? But that's just me. Yeah,
I mean, you don't need to buy expensive stuff to put in this because I mean it is getting more expensive with scents and stuff like that, and honestly, like, you find out that they're putting stuff that's illegal in Pennsylvania and all that kind of stuff in stuff like that, like vanilla extract, and it's like, okay, like, yeah, sure, it attracts them, but like, it's not attracting them for the right reason if they're smelling that stuff,
right?
You want them to smell their deer
if you really want to do it.
Yep.
And I think, was this Uncle Ted Nugent that said this?
Oh, yeah.
Someone.
Okay.
Just drink apple juice for a month straight.
Didn't we talk about that?
We talked
for
about.
Like
I
the
think we did.
Time?
I'm like, you think about it though. There's your quote unquote attractant.
Yeah.
Drink apple juice for a month straight, and that's it. And then when you find a scrape, then pee in it.
Yeah.
And there's your apple attractant. Now, would that classify as...
No, because you're peeing it out.
And actually, here's another...
It would have some scent of apple in it. But there's no way... Because you can't drink apple juice for literally the only thing you drink for a month straight.
I mean...
You would not be hydrated.
Okay, well,
you need a lot of water in there.
Well, you can drink water.
You're going to do half and half apple juice?
No, drink your apple juice, but drink your water. But no sodas, no orange juice... No, nothing else, but just say water and apple juice. Maybe not a month, but like a week leading up, you're going to be peeing out nothing but apple-scented.
I mean, you can even do a couple days before.
Yeah, I mean, really, you could do it probably 24
You
hours.
could be
if we're being honest.
If we're being honest,
But if you really care,
if you really want to make that apple strong,
if you're dedicated to this and you're all about them whitetail, you do it a month.
Yes,
but yeah, I don't.
I think I could see it, but like honest, because I mean, you think about it, when you drink water nonstop, you have like clear pee, so clearly it's something to do with that. So I think it could be work like pomegranate. Drink pomegranate juice. Yeah. Drink apple cider vinegar. Wonder if that would really bring them in.
God, that would be. Oh no! Ew! I just that clicked in my head. That's disgusting.
Grape juice.
Maybe grape juice.
Blueberry juice. I don't know if they have blueberry juice.
I don't know either. Just eat nothing. Just eat good things. Now here's the question. I thought about this too. So I was bear hunting this past weekend, right?
Okay.
And obviously, like I'm bringing food in the woods with me because like I want to eat while I'm in the woods.
Right.
Stay in as long as possible. Yada yada. Mm-hmm. Now I had an apple.
Okay.
I ate the apple.
Okay.
I had the core left.
Okay.
And I always do this.
Yep.
I
throw it out.
Throw the core.
Yep.
Now, if a bear came in, the odds are slim, but is that baiting? I need to know.
Yes. It would be. I think it would be considered baiting
if they went specifically to that apple core.
Yes, if they went directly to that apple core
so
and
if I had
ate
to shoot
you would have to shoot it
way before.
You would shoot it before it gets to the apple core.
Well, clearly, because I'm not throwing it 100 yards away from me. It's too close for comfort.
Yeah, it's like probably within 5-10 yards. You threw it.
Yeah, if I can help it, no bear's getting that close to me.
Exactly.
I don't want a bear within 30.
So the chance of that happening, and just be cautious. Just like if you do shoot a bear in that area, pick that apple core up then and put it.
Throw some leaves over it or something.
I mean, I've done
because I just throw it out.
Too.
I'm like, why would I? Yeah, banana peels. Chuck them out.
The rest of a sandwich, like you get that bottom corner, you're like, I'm tired of eating this sandwich now, right? You just like chuck the sandwich.
Oh no, that's disrespectful.
I mean,
you eat that sandwich, but like all of that sandwich.
If I get so full, like if I'm just tired of eating this sandwich, right?
Well, then save it.
Yeah, but if it's a little bit at the very end, and I don't want to eat it anymore, I'm just gonna throw it out and just let birds get it.
I never would have thought that my best friend is a quitter. You made it that far. Why not take that last bite?
Sometimes I just get tired of eating my sandwich. I just throw it.
Man,
like I'm done with this. Like especially if it's like when you pack stuff, like for me, it's always like I had peanut butter and jelly, peanuts, something that's sugary, all that kind of stuff. Mm-hmm. And I'm like, sometimes I just get tired. I'm like, man, I'm done. I'm not going to eat any more of it. I'm just done with that peanut butter and jelly. Like,
you think you know a guy?
It's like I just throw it. Like I'm just done with it.
Nope. See, that's why you gotta make different things. Like if you know you're gonna pack like peanuts and protein stuff, then your sandwich has to be different.
See,
that's more of like a meat cheese.
That's why I like rifle season. Because it's after Thanksgiving.
Oh, yes.
And you can pack those turkey and cheese and mustard sandwiches. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, oh.
Oh, you're a mustard kind of guy?
Mustard. I love mustard.
See, I'm a mayonnaise on my sandwich.
That's disgusting. You think you know a guy.
With turkey. Listen, you cannot throw that back at me. That is. Listen, I don't want to hear this. No, that's perfectly fine. No.
How many slices of cheese?
I do 2.
Okay.
So I make like a sandwich within a sandwich. Mm-hmm. Like bread. Mayonnaise.
What kind of meat, though? What kind of turkey meat? We talking dark or light meat?
Whatever's
white meat, dark or white.
Whatever's available.
Okay.
I'll mix it. I'll do.
I don't know
whatever.
what tastes the difference, to be honest, when I'm eating it.
Yeah. Well, I think dark meat's a little. I think it's more moist.
Moist.
I think so.
I'm sorry for all the women out there who are listening to the podcast.
Moist. I think white meat can be. It could dry out quicker.
Tougher. Yeah. Tougher. Yeah.
So, but I don't like. I just whatever's literally on top of the pile, just throw it.
I like getting skin in there too. Like I like having some turkey skin on there. Mm-hmm. Like I like having some skin in the game.
Oh yeah. But now I'll do cheese and then the meat and then a cheese on top.
Oh, see, I don't do the cheese on the bottom. I usually do mustard on the bottom.
Yeah.
So then it soaks in that turkey, right?
Oh yeah.
Then you put 2 slices of cheese on top of that. Then you put more mustard.
There you go.
I'm a big mustard. Like I like to. Now are we talking slices of bread, or are we doing burger buns?
Whatever's available.
Okay, see,
I've done both.
I think it tastes better. I think it holds up better on a burger bun. than
Oh,
it
yeah.
does on a two just plain white pieces of bread.
Especially by like the cheap bread.
Yeah,
You know,
because
it's
you
like-
mostly do. You want to go to camp.
Well, yeah, I'm not.
You don't buy expensive stuff. You buy the Wise brand.
Yeah, you buy the stuff that you're not going to take home to your wife.
Right. Yeah, because also when you have that bread there, when you just have normal bread, normal white bread.
Yeah.
The mustard or mayonnaise, most likely put in a bag, and it's going to start soaking through that bread, and it's going to get like really soggy on the bottom. That's why I like those burger buns, because it's almost has like this shield around it, right?
It's got a shell.
It's got a shell.
Yes.
The shell. So I think that's the best option to go with
Mm-hmm.
for them. And then I also put like more turkey in it. But then the thing is, like when you eat the turkey, you get tired. Like that's when I think people fall asleep in the woods.
That's why you have to have some form of caffeine with you.
5-hour energy.
You go for your 5-hour energy.
Mm-hmm.
I know some people will bring a little jet boil, make coffee.
Yep.
Or they have iced coffee, which
That's just
not me.
insane. When you're in 20-degree weather, why in the flippin' world
wasn't sure where you going.
would you drink iced coffee?
Why do you drink iced coffee in general, though? That's just me. If it's
I
hot,
talked to my
it's
wife
hot or
about
nothing.
that.
It's hot or nothing for me.
Yeah, so like we go to diners and she orders iced coffee, and then it's not like a fancy coffee. It's not like a Starbucks coffee that comes out.
No,
It's
they probably
literally
pour it
just,
out of the cup, put
right.
ice cubes in
It's
it.
literally that, and I'm like, why would you order that? Like it doesn't taste good. Like first of all, the coffee you get from diners is like bottom of the barrel coffee, right? But yeah, we always order it.
Yep.
And you always add I add like a bunch of creamers in there and a bunch of sugars just to make it taste half decent.
Yep.
Right. So why would someone order that same coffee?
Take it to the woods.
Make it iced.
Yeah.
And take it to the woods.
You're insane.
Because when you go to camp, you're not taking the best coffee in the world.
Well, unless you're taking our grounds coffee.
Unless you take our grounds coffee.
Because then you're good.
I do not have
Which
any.
I will be taking.
I don't have any our grounds coffee.
Sir.
Yeah.
Slacking. Gotta get some.
So, but yeah, you don't. Before when I was younger, I would take hot chocolate in a thermos, which is a
Valid thing to bring.
very valid and also overlooked. And I think everyone overlooks hot chocolate,
Yeah.
especially with marshmallows in it.
Yeah, in a thermos. I'll dive
Yeah.
in. Yeah. I'm I'll get the vitamin waters that have caffeine because it hydrates me. And it's not like an overabundant, but it's enough to just keep me like level.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel that crash at all,
Yes.
like that mid-afternoon crash.
Yes.
I don't feel it.
Yeah.
I'll bring one or two of them with me, depends on how I feel.
Yeah.
Plus, obviously, water.
My hope is that I do not take a nap Saturday or Sunday.
I'm still going strong.
Still good.
Never.
You,
once,
my friend.
Never.
You think you know a
once.
guy.
Never once
I
have
think
I
that might be
napped
the title of
once.
this. You think you know a guy.
I think you know a guy.
Think you know a guy.
Yeah. You know what else is a scam?
Go ahead.
And I think is a
Dive
scam?
in.
These podcast tours.
Oh, fuck them.
Because guess who didn't get one after he shot his buck?
Yeah.
I never got a podcast tour.
Wow.
And
How
I
dare that.
thought I shot a good one.
You shot a great one.
Yeah.
I mean, it was...
two.
It's a little bit... Not as wide as that. Well, maybe. I'll have to see it.
I'd see it too.
But it's not as wide as that one.
No.
I don't think. Maybe it is. I don't know. It was out past his ears.
It's currently getting the Euro mount treatment.
Yep.
Which, by the way, Braxton,
Yep.
fantastic job.
Yep.
I got my Ohio buck back
Did
from him. Beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful. I can't wait to see the PA one now.
Oh, it's going to be great.
Now I just got to get plaques made.
Yep.
With
Like
Ohio.
this one.
Oh yeah, and I want to get the like an engraving, like with the state.
I have an engraver, I think.
Oh yeah, I want the state and the year.
Yeah.
With them as
Okay.
well.
Yeah.
I'll get that.
Yeah, you should have had a podcast store. I don't understand these
I
people.
don't know why I don't.
I don't understand.
I'm 2 for 2.
Yeah.
2 states.
Yeah.
Beautiful, like a mountain.
Oh,
a
it's just because
mountain
you don't
buck.
have a name. You don't have a name.
I don't have a name.
You're just Ethan Beck.
It's the crossbow.
You see, I don't know.
I see. I never posted it, so who knows?
Yeah,
they
no one
don't
knows.
know.
No
Now
one
they
knows.
do.
Well, yeah. But no, I think that is a scam. I think if you don't have a name in the industry, you're not going to be in all these podcasts or invited or get all these.
Yep. Now I know
all
where I
these
stand.
accolades, right?
I know where I stand.
You
now.
need to be shooting a bow and shooting at 70 yards and hitting dots.
And if it ain't 150, not good enough. Maybe if I get another big one next year,
you will.
then I'll be right.
So
There's some.
Oh yeah.
Big. It's amazing. Like, I'm not. Like, I love hunting. Don't get me wrong. I love whitetail hunting. Don't get me wrong. But I'm not gung ho, hardcore, like year round or scouting. Like I'm not on you're not like crazy in it, but like I'm not at your level when it comes to whitetail hunting. Right.
Right. You like to have that little break.
Exactly.
Yep.
But it's like when I did scout these new areas, and I think that was the biggest thing. Like I want to give credit, I guess, if you will, to two people.
Yeah.
Moose, Ryan Glitzky, for those that don't know him as Moose, and Greg Kizminski.
Yes.
I hope I said his last name right. I probably butchered it. That sounded pretty right.
It sounds
those two
enough,
people. I listened. Like obviously, I listened to you.
Mm-hmm.
Why wouldn't I? Like you kind of know what you're talking about, right?
Sometimes.
But like those two. Like when we had them on as guests, I took advice from both of those guys. Mm-hmm. From Ryan was the be aggressive.
Mm-hmm. Be.
He goes be aggressive. Be aggressive. I took that from him.
Okay.
And I applied that to Ohio.
Yep.
And I applied that to this season.
Mm-hmm.
And then with Greg, when he posted stuff about the land features and how the deer would travel, how deer would use them, those different land features, I really honed in on that. Like when I saw those doe and they ran, I was like, okay, there's doe. There's going to be a buck. Just optimistic there's going to be a buck. I'm going to go down. So first thing I did was I parked the car, pulled up on X right away. All right, they were here. They ran off. They went over the ledge, and then they disappeared. What does that area look like? And I remember looking at a lot of the posts that Greg would put about how deer would utilize this landscape. I was like, well, if things hold true and deer are creatures of habit, whether it's the rut or not, they're going to want to travel along here. So I said, all right, I want to be down here. Okay, now to Ryan's point, where do I want to be? Well, if they're going to be traveling here and I'm looking, I could see it's thick out to the point, I want to be right here, like right at the edge of this stuff. I was in it, right at the edge. So I took those two guys' their knowledge and their advice, applied it, and then it turned out pretty well.
Yeah.
So I was like, all these years, what? And I got outside of my comfort zone. I never was at that spot before. I'm a creature. I have been a creature of habit, as I've said before, and I know you know. Yeah. So it's like, let's not do that.
Yeah, you took a step out there, and you had success in both spots, which you know you found those spots on your own, and like you put the work in for those spots. So like that, like I'm.
So I'm just like, wow. And so like now I'm excited to like go. Like I ain't gonna change. I ain't gonna be out there in June, July scouting. That's just not me. Because
I even hate it.
And even like just from past experience, like past knowledge, if you will, just seeing what happens at the cabin. Come summer, it's like, okay, yeah, granted, it's a little different. We have food out, right? And there's deer coming through. But then come hunt season, it's completely different.
Oh, yeah.
So I'm like, why would I want to care if I get a buck on camera in June?
Yeah.
When come October, he might not be there, or he might be a couple 100 yards away where I have never scouted. It's like, no, I would rather just find them in season.
Yep.
And then hunt those areas, and then it'd be good. I still want to put cameras out just for inventory purposes. Like, okay, this buck is here, or these doe are here, and we'll just kind of go from there.
Yeah, yeah. No, yeah, you're spot on with that. I mean, I think you don't want to change who you are. You definitely don't want to do that. You want to keep doing what you're doing because, I mean, this year showed success. And I think, next year, if you don't have that success, I don't want you to get down on it because you're learning a lot. Put it that way.
Oh my gosh!
this year, like this was by far your best year.
Oh, 100%. 100%.
And forever, I think.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, yeah, like I would just keep going with what you got and what you feel works for you.
Mm-hmm.
Like, don't try and adapt to someone else.
No.
But yeah, so also don't chase trail camera pictures because I see people do that. I've been seeing people do that this year. And it's like, oh, he showed up last night, so I'm back here. Like, well, you're
a day behind.
You're a day behind.
Or you're 12 hours behind.
You're 12. No, like the one was like he daylighted here yesterday. Well, that was yesterday.
You might not be there today.
He's not there now, so you can forget about it. So, like, yeah, just don't chase trail cam pictures. And I feel like I hope everyone doesn't take it as like a negative thing. We were talking about this whole thing, but like, there's a lot going on that I don't want people to fall into the rabbit hole of like, getting lost in everything, right? So, like, that was a big thing that, to Ethan's point. If you get lost in that stuff, you lose who you are and you don't feel as confident going in.
Right.
If you just trust your gut and do what you got to do and just buy what you can afford and use what works for you, that's what matters. Yeah. You don't have to buy a new bow every year, and it's not going to get you a 150-inch buck every year.
What Ryan say? If you don't have a 150-inch buck on your property, you're not going to shoot a 150-inch buck?
Yeah, that's
pretty
very true. It's very true.
Yeah.
So rifle season is obviously in now.
Yeah.
I will be up north, my parents' camp, Saturday and Sunday, probably Monday. I did take off Monday.
There you go.
Because my daughter was originally supposed to be going out with me, but now it's going to be really cold, so my mom's staying home with her, so then I'm going up camp.
There you go.
I have off Monday. So I'm going to go to the public piece down here. Going to come home Sunday night, and then going to go up there Monday and just going to probably I'm probably taking the stand-in with me. Taking
Think the retrograde?
Yeah.
Would be good.
Because if I need to pack one out or something like that, then I can on that.
You have a shelf to put it on.
I might just only take one stick in with me, though.
Yeah, just to get high and to say if there's some
above laurel,
rubbery and whatnot that you can get above it to shoot.
Right. Mostly, and also because I have a bunch of cameras up there, I would like to check too that it did hang high as well.
Yep.
So I'll do that. But hopefully, I can at least get a doe down. Would really love to get a doe.
Heck yeah.
Have a lot of doe on camera, so I'm going to be chasing that camera.
Doing what we said not to do.
right. No, the camera's like 100 yards from where I'm actually have my setup at. I have the Vanish set up.
Yeah.
I did that before the season. I'm actually on a saddle. So this spot makes absolutely no sense at all.
No.
Like I'm like this spot. Like I was sitting up there like this spot doesn't make any sense. But like it's a saddle with actually me and my dad were walking out. We found a scrape on the front side of the saddle. I actually hung a camera there. Me and my dad both peed in it, and it's like coming right up the hill. It looked like I was like, this should be a spot of a scrape.
Yeah.
Like it looked like there was a licking branch already broken down there and everything. So I hung that up there, and like it went directly in line. And I was like, my stand, I can't even see this. Like there's no like.
Yeah.
So like where that camera is, I'm not going to see it. That's just standard card. So I don't know what's on there yet. But like it's a bowl, and it's like really thick down to my right, and it's like gets steep going downhill, and it's all private down below, and they push out. Like all the private gets pushed out for the fields, and it sounds like an army is up there.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that when they push it out, all the deer come up, and like
that would work.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's pretty much my plan. Going to at least sit that on Saturday. If I see absolutely nothing, then I have a few spots marked in the Onyx that I want to kind of boots on the ground and scout, and I'm going to take some cameras. I have 3 cameras I'm going to take out with me. There's 2 I have out that I'm going to take down. 1 possible cell camera I'm going to take down, hopefully on Friday.
Mm-hmm.
And then the rest are going to be, hopefully I can play somewhere else.
I'll be at the cabin with Dad.
Mm-hmm.
I looked at the weather, and with the last episode we put out with tracking.
Yep.
Looks promising. Now, obviously, the weather can change over the next.
Thursday, it looks like.
I looked. According to the weather people, 3.85 inches of accumulation.
Oh, up there?
Just up north.
Up north?
Yeah, just up north.
I'll be a little lower than you, so I don't know if that'll be true for me or not.
So I'm thinking, okay, just to say 4 inches of snow on Thursday, right? It's like 65% chance, which is promising.
See, mine says...
Now, again, this was as of yesterday.
Yeah.
So it could have changed.
Mine says rain. Ew. Sucks on Thursday.
Ew. But, and it's supposed to stay cold.
28 degrees, yeah. I would
So
say.
all that snow is not going to melt. And I'm up on the mountain, so there's definitely going to be snow.
You're getting snow.
Oh, yeah. So I'm thinking, awesome.
Yeah.
I would love to wake up Saturday morning and just leave the cabin as it's getting light.
How fun would that be, man?
And just go track a deer.
Oh, my gosh.
I only have a doe tag, which is fine. Even if I get on a set of tracks and it ends up being a buck, I'm like, win. I just tracked a deer.
That. Yeah.
I was like, oh, my God.
Absolutely.
So, but now I got to figure out how old those track, because it's going to be 2 days.
Yeah.
But still, I want to try it. Like, if I get on some tracks, I'm just following them.
Well, you would be able... So, like, if it does... How long have we been going? Hour 15 minutes.
Yeah, we're doing good.
Yeah.
Yeah, good.
But if you get on track... Like, if you get on tracks, it'd be fresher because if it snows Thursday, which it will, Friday... It's going to kind of like crust over a little bit. So, like, anything you find on Saturday will be, you can tell, because it's going to be, like, less, because when it's fresh snow, like, it's very defined.
Yeah.
With a crusty snow, it's kind of like, you can see, like, it cracks and it breaks in more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So, it's not like a solid cut of a deer track. It's, like, squished in like this.
Yeah.
So, like, you'll be able to tell, but it's, like, I think differentiating between Friday and Saturday will be the hard part of like, okay, got to see what this looks like. But then what you got to do is just you put your foot down and see how it breaks around your foot, and then you'll know.
Yeah, and if there's any kicked up snow and everything. So yeah, I'll be doing that. I'll just stick around, not around the cabin. Like I'll go up the valley. And
I think you should go up to that cut that I shot my 9 in.
Yep.
And just see, because I know there's doe up there. In that, like in that laurel right there, there's doe for sure. Oh, which, dude, we gotta hang that's a whole other episode. We gotta hang a stand right there. Like, because when I was coming down at night, there's a definite trail right along that laurel on the very top.
Yeah,
it's like we gotta hang a stand there for next rut.
Yeah,
like 2 weeks before the season, we gotta hang a stand there and just like that's a spot we hunt because it's gonna produce something.
Is that ladder stand still there?
It is, but it's not like
that's been there for a couple of years.
We should move it. Let's just like
I'd
move
never
it
seen
and put it somewhere
there.
else. I mean, it's a good spot for a rifle.
Yeah,
but yet I don't really think they'll be using that too much during rifle. I mean, archery it wouldn't be bad either, but yet it had to be the right wind, right everything to use that.
Yeah, and they'd have to come in.
It's so in the open too.
Yeah, there's no cover.
No.
There's no cover on that.
And you have the laurel behind you. Like you want to look in that laurel too.
They're going to come up from there, and I don't know what they're thinking.
Yeah. Well, I don't think they were really thinking at that point either.
Here's the spot. Here you go.
Yep.
But no, I'll be. As soon as if I get it on a set of tracks, I'm following them.
Dude, 100%. I would too. If I have snow, I'm going to do that. Like at least for evening or Sunday, one of the two. But yeah, it's going to be cold.
That's what we want.
I have a lot of. I packed my clothes up already. I have a lot of those those sticky foot pads.
Yeah,
you put them on yourself.
Put
them on your kidneys. I put them on my legs when I was when I was doing arch season. Like unzip the sides of my Black Ovis pants and put the stickies on the inside and zip it back up. They got a little too hot. Put it that way.
Oh,
I feel like I was burning my legs.
Oh boy.
But yeah, so hopefully everyone had a great Thanksgiving. Hopefully you didn't talk too much about politics at the Thanksgiving dinner table, but we all know that that's what happens at Thanksgiving dinner. Good luck during rifle. It's been a little hiatus from us. We might be cutting back to every 2 weeks until the season ends. I don't know. Depending, I'm not sure. It's just how things fall. I know we have some throwback ones I'm putting out, but we're still planning on doing podcasts. We have people lined up. I'm working on making a list of people to have on the podcast to kind of do a season recap. Going to stick away from the tips and tactics again because there's other podcasts out to do that. So I'm not going to try and hone in on that. Just remember that we were the originators of the deer camp. Remember, everyone, to keep hunting.
Keep fishing.
Always enjoy the fishing process. See ya.
Bye.